Yeah, hi there, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at Stealth, the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And I'm not going to say your name for privacy purposes, but you did send me a quick email, and I want to talk to you a little bit right now about your situation. So you say, I'm a returning student, I'm unable to subscribe. It says that I cannot use the same email ID as it is the same with PayPal. I don't want to pay by PayPal. I gave TOEFL thrice in the last 4 months. My scores were, so you had 21 on the reading, 20 on the listening, 22 on the speaking, and 21 on the writing for the first time. Then in January, you got 20 points on the reading, you got 19 points on the listening, and then on the speaking you got 24, and writing you got 21. Then in February you got 20 points on the reading, 28 points on the listening. My goodness, incredible improvement there. You got 23 points on the speaking and 21 on the writing. So it looks like you need to get 22 on the reading, right? So you need at least 1 to 2 more points of improvement on the reading section. In the listening section, you need to get 21. It looks like you're pretty close to being there with the listening. The speaking, you're not there yet. You need anywhere from maybe 4 to 5 points higher on the speaking section. You need 1 point higher on the writing. Now, the one thing is, let's take a look at the speaking and the writing a little bit. See if I can give you some suggestions here. Let's go to speaking and see what 23 means. I'm going to click on the rubrics right now and see if we can understand a little bit more about your speaking. Okay, so for the independent speaking, if you're scoring around 22 points, see what we have. You're scoring in the 2 range on this, and you want to score pretty much almost a perfect score, right? So that means 3.5 or higher. So let's see what it says about your speaking, independent speaking. It says your speech is understandable. Listener effort is needed because of unclear articulation, awkward intonation, or choppy, fragmented, telegraphic, and frequent pauses and hesitation. So it means that you need to work a lot on your pronunciation. All right, let's take a look at language use. It says your response demonstrates limited range and control of grammar and vocabulary, and these limitations prevent you from fully expressing your ideas. So that means that you have at least 2 problems in these areas. Topic development, it says you mostly express basic ideas and support. You communicate ideas unclearly and repetitiously. Sometimes it's hard to understand the connection of your ideas. So these are some problems. So either there's some pronunciation problems, some language problems, some problems developing and organizing your idea. Now for the integrated speaking, let's see what that means. So again, you have some pronunciation problems, you have some limitations with grammar and vocabulary. Now it also says that you may be omitting key ideas, either from the reading passage or the talk. So those are some possible problems with your speaking right now. So it looks like more than likely you need to work on pronunciation, and you already know that I have a great pronunciation section to my online TOEFL course. So you're going to want to start doing a lot of practice there. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go to integrate, or let's go to speaking for a minute. I mean writing, we just looked at speaking. Okay, so if we go to the independent writing and let's take a look at what your score means. And again, you're getting around, consistently 21 on the writing, right? So let's see what that means. Okay, so you're at the low end of the 3 area on your independent writing. So it says you have one or more of the following problems. So you address the topic and the task using somewhat developed explanations, examples, and details. So it means that you can probably support your generalizations better. It also says it's sometimes difficult to understand the connection of your ideas. You also have some problems with sentence formation and word choice that makes your ideas and meaning unclear. You have limited range of sentence structure and vocabulary. So it also looks like there's kind of a pattern going on. In both speaking and writing, it looks like you're having some vocabulary and some grammar limitations. Okay, let's take a look at integrated writing. Score 22 or 21. So in this case, you could have some problems with listening. It says your response has omitted at least one major key point from the lecture. It also says that your response communicates unclear global and imprecise connections of the main points in the lecture to the main points expressed in the reading passage. So you can probably do a better job on the integrated writing, connecting your ideas together. All right, so we have a pretty good idea what's going on here. Now the question is, what do you do now? I mean, number one, if you cannot use PayPal or you do not want to use PayPal to make your payment, I have one other possibility. It actually will save you a little bit of money. It is possible to use Western Union. So if you go back to my website at Better TOEFL Scores, you can learn a little bit more about that. At the very top of the web page there, click on the tab where it says FAQs. That means frequently asked questions about my course. So if you do Western Union, if you make a payment up front for $105, I'll give you 3 months access to my online TOEFL course. Okay, so in your situation, the thing I'm worrying about right now is you do have some grammar and some vocabulary limitations. Also, you have some pronunciation issues you want to work on. And the reading also indicates you probably need to improve your vocabulary a little bit more than you are, right? So hopefully you won't need it this long, but I'm going to recommend my 90-day TOEFL study guide. If you use Western Union, you have to pay up front 3 months anyway, and that'll be a fairly good emphasis on vocabulary, which I think is going to help you with your reading, your speaking, and also your writing, because we noticed that in the speaking and the writing areas, you're having some problems with your vocabulary. And also you get a lot of practice with grammar, and you can practice all the other areas of my course. But for you, that's probably not going to work. I'm just looking at your situation here. So you have an exam on the 22nd of March, which puts you at exactly 30 days from now. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I don't know if you can improve 4 points. Improving 4 points in the speaking section in 30 days is quite a bit. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and recommend my 90-day TOEFL study guide for you. What I would recommend is before you actually take the TOEFL IBT, maybe in 3 or 4 weeks from now, take one of my full-length IBT practice tests. I do have an additional service. I've contracted with a company, and I now offer full-length IBT 4.5-hour practice tests. What you can do is after about 3.5 weeks of study, you can take a full-length IBT practice test, and then you can get a score, and you can see your subtotals in the reading, listening, speaking, and writing areas, and then you can make a decision if you want to invest the $200, in taking another TOEFL exam. So after studying at my course, if you get a fairly high score, then you don't need to, then you can probably register for the official test. But if your improvements aren't where they need to be yet, then you probably need more time to study in order to reach your goal. All right, so that'll be my suggestion right now is my 90-day TOEFL study guide. And because you're not using PayPal and you can't pay on a month-to-month basis, you can use Western Union. And once you do that, and again, I have the instruction information about how to make a payment at Western Union over at my website. Anyway, thank you very much. I'm glad that you like my resources. As you say at the bottom of your message, you say, after working with other resources, I think you are the best among all. I will achieve my goal with you only, so please help. I do have a pretty good website. There's a lot of great services out there. Some of them, however, they focus more on the test-taking skills and strategies for the TOEFL exam. My course is a little bit different because I'm trying to help you build your academic English language proficiency. So long after you take the TOEFL exam, you will still have some very proficient vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, reading, listening, speaking, and writing proficiencies. That's what I'm trying to do, to help you meaningfully improve your English so it can benefit you for academics, for your personal relationships, and also for your professional things, including a job. All right, thank you.